Roses.
Hey gorgeous, it's that time again where you can sit back, relax, and open your mind as you listen to another episode of Smell the Roses with Steph. Today's episode is an incredibly insightful topic on relationships. Why are so many relationships failing? I'm here to tell you how you can better your own personal experience with the people you interact with on a daily basis, using simple strategies that I find help me live a more fulfilling, happier life, which you can too. Have you ever been blamed for somebody else's mistakes, misfortune, or have you ever been blamed for somebody else's own dumb decisions and thought, wait a second, what did I do? If you said yes, don't worry. You're not alone. Some examples of this could be when your partner walked out of the shopping centre car park and couldn't remember where they parked the car. They looked at you all frustrated and stormed off, carrying bags of groceries, and somehow you could tell it's all your fault. You were walking through the car park trying to keep up, while they're deliberately trying to lose you, running around in circles, throwing a tantrum because you were talking to them while they were driving into the car park, which has caused them to be distracted through conversation, and now they can't remember where they parked the car.
Bloody hell, where's the car?
Or what about the time when your child ran out of the house, jumped into the car to go to school, and forgot their school bag?
Mom!
This too was your fault, because you were parked out the front, beeping the horn, rushing them to go to school because you didn't want them to be late.
Mom!
And they were the ones who turned their alarm off and had to sleep in.
Mom!
Whoever the person is and whatever the situation, you got the blame. And I can definitely relate. The blame game is actually a very common characteristic in people's personalities. I'm sure almost every listener listening to the podcast would have at least one family member with this personality trait. This person truly believes that others are responsible for their mistakes and misfortunes, and that they have no power to change their outcome through their own actions. We obviously love the person who is constantly pointing the finger at us, so instead of fighting back, we simply accept the blame and get on with it. Now, is that helpful? Or does this just cause you to feel frustrated, angry, and in the end you find yourself biting your tongue to save the peace, which will only lead you to resenting them? In this episode, I'm going to tell you how you can control the outcome by diffusing these types of situations, putting the onus back on the accuser, and holding both of you accountable for any wrongdoing. I want you both to understand why this behavior is happening and ways in which we can all change our thought process to better our relationships. We all have someone in our lives that blames others. You already know this person is defensive. This behavior might have stemmed from when they were young. When they were a child, they got caught for doing the wrong thing, and the negative impact of being found out has caused them to deny the negative outcome of any situation had anything to do with their actions and everything to do with any person who witnessed it. Or, if there was no one to blame, they place the blame on bad luck.
Jeez, that's a bit of bad luck there.
The first thing you need to do in order to help this person you love, whether it's your child, your spouse, partner, it could even be your parents. Whoever this person is that's going through this vicious cycle of pointing the finger is for you to realize it's not their fault. This behavior has been learnt over time, and I believe this behavior can be undone with your help. You have already taken the first step by acknowledging this pattern, this negative characteristic in their personalities that has or is affecting your relationship. The next step is to make them aware of it. Whenever they start pointing the finger, before you retaliate and cause the next Armageddon, simply say, "Do you know what I've noticed? When things go wrong, you have a tendency of pointing the finger." You need to call them out on it when they're actually going through these emotions. Of course, they're going to get irritated and defensive. When this happens, you need to calmly break it down for them. You can start by stating the facts. Take accountability for your part in the situation. This will allow them to drop their walls. They can now listen to what you are saying, and then they'll follow your actions. Say something like, "You are right. I was talking your ear off as we were driving into the shopping centre car park. No wonder we can't find the car."
Damn straight you were.
Then try being proactive. Say something like, "Do you remember where we drove in? I recall walking through that entry. At this point, tension should have dropped a couple of levels. Now they can breathe and think without seeing red. Once you find the car, you could say, "See, we found it. There's no need getting upset at me. If you just stay calm, you'll remember. Next time they are in this position, they will stop, breathe, look around, and solve the problem themselves." With the scenario of your child forgetting their school bag and not realizing it until you reach the school front gate, they're about to jump out of the car and they ask you, "Where's my bag?" You reply, "I don't know. Did you bring it?"
It's your job to get my bag.
They forgot. So they begin blaming you for rushing them and beeping the horn. They're spiraling. Their heads are full of a million emotions. Now they're going to deny, deflect, and project all their anger, fear, and embarrassment onto you. They begin pleading with you. "I can't go to school without my bag. What about my lunch?" This child is not yet equipped with the emotional intelligence needed to overcome this predicament like an adult is. Instead, you are faced with yelling, screaming, back and forward, and blaming one another. This will not just ruin your day, it will also ruin theirs. A better way to handle this situation is to hit the pause button. Listen to the information your child has just given you. Take a breath and reflect on the chaotic morning's turn of events. Help your child process what has happened and why. Turn to your child, make eye contact, and start from the beginning. Explain to them, "You've forgotten your school bag and that is okay. We all forget things sometimes. Do you think you'd forgotten it because you were tired and you fell back asleep, which has caused you to be late this morning?"
You were rushing me.
Their brains will fast forward past their own actions and focus on what happened after they got up late, which will lead them to feeling frustrated again and start blaming you for beeping and rushing them. Let them feel this way for a second. It is a valid contributing reason which has caused them to be forgetful, so own your part in it. "You are correct. I was beeping and rushing you, as I did not want you to be late. I guess now I am the one being punished, as I will have to go all the way home to get your school bag, and now I will be late for work." Your child's brain has now switched from anger to feeling guilty, as this situation has now changed hands.
I'm sorry, Mom.
As a parent, you have the power to fix it, and you should always reassure your child that you will make things right, if a child is not capable of doing so themselves. You have now diffused the situation. Your child is aware of their participation in this morning's mishap. They are feeling regret and guilt for their actions. The last step of making this lesson stick in your child's head is to end it on a positive note. Reach out, give your child a hug, let them know you'll return home, collect their bag, and leave it in the school office.
Thanks, Mom.
The key to helping others see their flaws in relationships is by gaining their trust. Show empathy and communicate this to them when difficult situations arise. These types of characteristics in people are not who they truly are. This behavior has been learnt over time. Change begins with us, and our actions will determine the outcome of others. Thanks for listening to Smell the Roses with Steph podcast. I hope this episode has made you feel a little more aware, inspired, and helps you gain control of the person you can be when it comes to all the diverse relationships you have in your life. If you like what you heard, please follow me, hit the subscribe button, and tune in for my weekly episodes on relationships. Don't be a Debbie Downer. Get up off the couch and start living your life to the fullest.